So there's this manager who I had, and anything you will ask her, she will just straight on say no. And for a moment, it used to bother me because I was like, you didn't even get time to listen what I was saying. I mean, how can no be your first answer? And I didn't understand at the moment because it kind of was feeling selfish. Now I kind of appreciate, or I kind of understand why you have to. And today's topic is about learning to say no. So shout outs to Wangas for that. The best thing I would say that I got to learn is learning to say no. Simply because I was that girl who I didn't know the boundaries. I didn't know how to just say, okay, this is too much for me. I can't bear, I can't do this for you. I can't do this now for you. Simply because I used to take everyone's problem as my own. And it's not, I think I'm kind of structured like that, but again, it's also good to know a balance. In life, you have to know how to balance, when, how to say, okay, this is too much, I can't bear this. How to say no, first of all, you have to know your boundaries, and boundaries will mean different thing. It could be maybe these people I'll do, maybe this situation I'll do, maybe this time I'll do. So putting a boundary is simply trying to learn to know what or how much you can go for it. So I'll give an example. Maybe it's you don't want to attend all the weddings that you're invited to. It could be as simple as that. I mean, it's not about money. It's sometimes you just need some time to stay at home and just relax. So it doesn't mean that every meeting that you're being called to, or every wedding that someone is inviting you to, doesn't mean that you have to attend. So saying no is learning to put a boundary. That is number one. Learn how to put a boundary. The thing is, I will say, if any time you do something and that gives you a negative reaction, that is part of the things that you have to learn to say no to. And I would say, giving an example, maybe to make it more clearer. Assuming you lend someone something, or someone you give them this of your time, and every time you do that, you're always feeling like you've been cheated. You're always feeling like you didn't get the response that you wanted. Maybe they say they'll give you, maybe they'll return this thing by this time, they didn't honor. And it always makes you grumble. It always makes you just not in a good space. So those are the things that you have to learn to say maybe no. It could be maybe because it won't make sense for you to do something and all the time you are always just thinking about it and it's making you sad. I mean, because even God is not even happy about it. And whatever you did, you're not even being blessed because it's weighing you down, and even whatever you did is just canceling it out. So what better way than you just stay off from that until you learn how to maybe cope with that. Sometimes is you really have to learn how to cope with that. That always gives you some heartache, some problems, some disturbance, lack of peace, lack of sleep. So in such situations, I would say maybe you need to learn to say no to a certain extent. Maybe not completely, to a certain extent. So those are two aspects. And then number three, I would say learning to say no is always a balance. There's a word no for some reason. It's not everything that you have to say yes to, and the balance keeps you in check. A balance helps you to realize your goals, because sometimes you say yes to so many things and it weighs you down. You could be committed too much, and that is maybe taking off your time, and maybe that is taking off your peace. Basically, not everything you have to involve yourself in. It's a way of balancing yourself. Saying no is simply going to balance your life. Just gives you more time, just gives you more space, gives you more peace, and just helps you to reorganize yourself. So yeah, So basically, those are my 3 points. Learning to say no simply because, one, you're avoiding problems. Two, you're trying to balance your life. And three is just you want some peace of mind. Simply put. I hope you've had something from this. I hope it was encouraging. I hope you've learned something from it. So this is a point where we live, we learn, and we laugh. So I hope this Kunani segment was helpful for you, because this is why we're here. Kunani is for making life easy, for us to just laugh about it, and for us to learn. So I hope you've learned something from this session. And if you did, kindly share and invite some other people to Kunani Squad. With your gracious, I love you so much. See you next Thursday. Bye for now. Cheers. You can't